Good evening, everyone. I hope all is well. After listening to our lecture for the week, as well looking over our question for the week, which was, what is the number one trap that I suspect that I do that leads to disconnection? Honestly, I was torn in between the assessment stage and the chit chat stage. As far as assessments, with my job that I do now, when we do refer our clients to particular assessments, we do follow the recommendations, followed by the assessment, whether it is encouraged that the client engage in, for example, individual therapy or family therapy. We follow those recommendations. A disconnect, for example, can come into place when a client is definitely encouraged and recommended by, a professional, stating that they need to engage in, for example, let's say therapy, individual therapy. The client might feel and be in denial that they don't need to attend therapy, that they're fine, there's nothing going on, or there's nothing that they see in their eyes that's a problem on why they might need to engage in therapy. On our end, it's kind of like, okay, we have the diagnostic or we have the test results back, stating after the assessment that it was recommended by the professional that, you would benefit from engaging in therapy or family therapy. The disconnect comes into place when the client and the social worker, of course, is not on one accord. So at that moment in our heads, it kind of feels like we're playing like tug of war. So I feel like that's a disconnect. As far as the chit chat stage, that is also a disconnect for me too, because I am a talker. I mean, we're social workers. That's what we do. We talk all the time. It feels like every day, 24/7, that's all we do is talk. So sometimes I always have to remind myself to stay on task and not to get caught up in chit-chatting so much because, we have to stay focused on this one thing. So I feel like that's a brief barrier in the disconnection phase that I've experienced so far with what I do. All my clients can say, they have an open space around me. They're comfortable enough to talk around me. So when we get to chit chatting, sometimes I do have to remember in my head, okay, let's stay on task and keep it pushing. And then I feel like the disconnect comes in sometimes. I've had a client, ask me, was something wrong with me, or why, why I was ending the conversation or cutting it short. And I had to, keep in mind, we have to stay on task. So those are my experiences that I've had with the two.